My name is Lewis Clark. I'm from South Bend, Indiana. I attend Clark Atlanta University, and I am a cybersecurity major. During the fall semester, I was a chemistry major, but after experiencing my first semester, I realized that you're supposed to attend college for something that you actually love to do. I've always had an interest for technology. My goal is to have a successful career within the cybersecurity field and to graduate from Clark Atlanta with a lot of connections. I would say my most significant achievement during the spring semester would probably have to be passing my calculus exam. Um, at first, I studied for it, but when I got handed the paper, everything I studied just went out the door. I got so nervous, but it took me actually having to relax myself and calming myself down to getting it done, and eventually I ended up passing it. After this semester, academically, I should work on how to study more efficiently and actually use the resources that the school gives me to succeed to my advantage. For example, our cybersecurity department actually have tutors ready to help us. Next semester, I plan on using that more frequently to get ahead in all of my classes. For the next topic, we are going to be discussing the three main events that took place this semester and how attending these helped me academically and in everyday life within the campus. Attending the colloquiums that the cybersecurity department held this semester not only gave me a clear view of what my job would look like in this field, it also helped me academically. Watching these people talk about how much they enjoy doing their jobs inspired me to want to try harder at school. Attending the annual Clark Atlanta University's Convocation Day event has also changed my whole perspective on what college is supposed to be. You're not supposed to have your head down in books and staying isolated in your dorm all day. Attending that event made me realize that you're supposed to make connections with people here. For example, I've never thought about meeting with my department chair until I attended that event. And lastly, the 50th Writers Convention was very impactful to me, especially academically. I love to read and write, and getting to meet Elizabeth Nunez, man, it's a blessing. I grew up reading her books, and to hear her talk about how important it was to get an education to be able to write these novels and books that she have created over the years, it made me realize that education is actually a very powerful thing, and not a lot of people realize that. And I'm blessed to be able to afford the education. So I need to be able to, I need to start taking advantage of that and getting my education. Education is very powerful. As a student in the first year seminar class this semester, we were able to take a class trip to a hidden gem on campus. The Art Museum, located in the Trevor Arnett Hall, is full of artwork from Black artists all over the world. During my visit, I learned that there are over 1,200 pieces of art created by Black artists. Before you walk into the actual museum, there's a room of murals on the wall, and they tell a story, which the kind lady had provided us with the story while we took our trip to the school. Basically, it tells the story of the African American. There's about 4 murals on the wall, and they all tell a unique story, and they all come together to make that one story. My favorite mural would probably have to be the one relating to African Americans teaching people how to use things and create things. I like this one because in America it's such a thing to connect Black people with slavery, and I feel like we just have that just dawning over our heads. So to see an artwork, a mural like that, where African Americans are actually showing people how to use things and create things, I feel like that's such a powerful thing, because we're not just known for being slaves. we also, contributed multiple things within this world that we live in today that I feel like get overshadowed by that, slavery stigma that we have. My top lesson from Marina Wright Edelman is lesson 12. Never give up. I can relate to this one because during my first semester, I was so confused of like how college was set up coming straight from high school, and then COVID, I really didn't even, I only had technically 2 whole years of high school. So those last 2 years were just me at home. I just had a sort of a blank space. I just didn't know how to, be actually in class and interacting with other people. I've just always been so introverted because I've been in a house for 2 years before this is like my first experience being with people, and teachers and professors in my face to face. And I actually thought about dropping out. I didn't think I had what it takes, but it took that moment for me to actually realize that I can't just give up. The main difference between successful people, and people who aren't successful is that one defining moment that they have to choose to give up or to keep going. And I'm glad that I chose to keep going because I feel like my future is very bright at Clark Atlanta University. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, if you can't find a way, make a way. Thank you.